it's Tessa. This video is about how my November market went. Fun fact, I did not end up doing my November market. I ended up bowing out kind of at the last minute, unfortunately. Basically, long story short, as I kind of talked about a little bit on this channel, I was having some mental health issues. Not issues. I was dealing with some mental health stuff for a fair amount of November. And only in the last like week and a half or so have I kind of gotten out of that like mental health slump. I was dealing with some depression stuff as well as like trauma related to some stuff I've dealt with. If you check out my video titled something like finishing market prep or November market prep or something like that, plus a life update, it's titled something like that. If you go check out that video, I kind of talk a little bit more about what actually is going on like mental health wise. I'm just not trying to add a trigger warning to every single one of my videos. But long story short, I was dealing with some mental health stuff for most of the end of October all the way through the majority of November. About a week and a half ago, I was able to like click myself out of it finally, and then realized this market was now tomorrow, but then a week and a half away. So I panic made a couple things, like working on some beanies if I remember right. No, not beanies. I was working on another clove and thyme shawl as well as another cardigan for the market. My husband and I didn't really talk about this market very much at all, which really meant like we didn't talk about how we planned on loading our vehicle. We didn't talk much on like expectations for this market or what I expect to receive, like get out of this market, how the other market went in October in comparison to how I feel this market will go, plan just for the market in general, especially since I'm on like my diet now and stuff. Like I don't want to have to order anything while I'm there. Instead I want to bring my food, but like microwave stuff, you get it. We didn't have any conversation about this really until basically today, when my husband and I were kind of preparing to pack everything and do all of that, and he kind of presented an idea to me, and because of how I was already feeling about this market, of my unease towards it, along with just lack of preparation and minor unhappiness with the event coordinators, which I'll get into, I was kind of okay and happy with taking his deal. Essentially, the big problem here with this market was going to be, one, Gibby's going to come with us because of course he is, and the event coordinators have already previously stated he was fine at the last event, so we were going to bring him to this event as well. But the problem that was going to occur is because it's a daytime market and it starts at 10 a.m., we have to wake up at our house at 6:30, which is 2 hours before Gibby's breakfast usually. Get everything together, get our lives together, get up, finish loading the car, meaning putting the product boxes in the car, and then leave pretty much immediately. Then making sure we're leaving by 7-ish to get up to Roseville, hopefully avoiding traffic by 8:30. Getting everything unloaded from our vehicle by 8:40 ideally, getting everything set up for the event by 10, which if those of you who haven't done markets, like you don't think you need a lot of time, I need like 2 hours to set up really, or like at least like a smooth 1.5, assuming we're able to unload our vehicle on time and get my husband back over to our space so we can start setting up, because I can't do the tent by myself with Gibby. But yeah, so that would happen. Also, good morning today, or good morning Sacramento, good morning today, I think is what it's called, was going to be there, and no, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. I will start crying on live TV, and I don't want to do that. And I'm pretty sure because they see a dog, they're gonna be like, let's go to that person, which yes, that'd be great marketing. I would quite literally have a panic attack and probably break down crying and have to leave. I can't do public speaking. It's one of the few fears I have that I literally cannot get over. I went to a high school where instead of doing finals, you did presentations in front of your entire 30-person class, sometimes in front of other classes and stuff. And I would cry and break down every single time I did one of those due to panic attacks and public speaking. So fuck no, I'm not doing that. Obviously I could probably decline it or ask my husband to decline it if they want to do it, but I don't want to deal with the anxiety as it is. Also, as many of you know, I'm a people pleaser girly. But yeah, So I would not be willing to say no. Anyway, the additional problem would be Gibby we'd have to bring Gibby's breakfast with us, which not a big deal. We brought his dinner with us last time. We gave him treats throughout last time, and he seemed to do fine. The problem would just be Gibby needing to use the bathroom to go number 2. I would have to leave the booth and walk like half a mile, basically, to get out of the event and away enough from it for him to calm down and do his business, and then walk half a mile back, assuming he does his business quickly, all the way back to our booth, in hope that either my husband was able to figure out my POS system and my phone, because he would need that, and my like other means of payment acceptance, so like Venmo, Cash App, all that. Hope he's able to figure all of that out while I'm gone and have my phone, and me be phoneless the entire time, which freaks me out. Obviously I could probably take his phone, but he'd probably want his own phone as well, and I'd want to bring my own. Really, I should just have him download the POS app on his phone. It'd make life really easy. But anyhow, the event wouldn't end till 6, so Gibby would also have to have his dinner there, which I don't know how he would do, just because he only had treats last time and not like a full meal. Also, this event ending at 6, assuming we can actually load our car within the first hour and get the fuck out of there, we're not getting home till 7:30, which at that point would be Gibby's walk time, but he's probably going to be too rambunctious from being out all day or being too tired from being out all day, and we have to delay his walk. This is also assuming that my husband and I don't get dinner or something on our way home and arrive even later in the day. So we're looking at like a 12-hour day minimum. I can't do that. I just don't have the mental energy to do that. And this is also assuming everything goes smoothly. I make similar profits as I did last time. That's what would make the event worth it for me. And if I don't, then that wouldn't be worth it for me. It's just, honestly, it just put a lot of mental strain on me that I didn't want on me anymore. The issue I kind of had with the event coordinators is that they sent out an email on Friday of last week, okay, saying, hey, you know, if you recently applied and were accepted for our event, please respond to this email so we can make sure you're on our list, and we will be setting out the load-in instructions tonight or over the weekend, okay? Friday night comes and goes, Saturday night comes and goes, Sunday night comes and goes. I'm like, maybe they don't work weekends. Monday night comes and goes, Tuesday night comes and goes. Wednesday morning is finally when we get the load-in instructions, after I sent an email Tuesday night going, hey, am I dumb? Did I not receive these? Is like there an issue? Didn't respond to that, by the way. So Wednesday, they finally send the load-in instructions with 3 days to spare for the event. Also, you know, this is the weekend of Thanksgiving, so if people have any questions, you know, people are out of office, whatever. And I just really feel like they dropped the ball on it, and they were honestly pretty snarky in that email, which I didn't really appreciate. In comparison to their original email, for the October month, I went through the same coordinators because I really liked the way the October event went. But they were really snarky in this email, and I didn't really love that. And by snarky, I mean like they would type in all caps kind of randomly, and it didn't read very professional in my opinion, even though they've done a shit ton of events. They also responded kind of snarkily to a few people that emailed them asking about like their space numbers and stuff. Responded again kind of snarkily using all caps randomly. I just wasn't happy about it, and I'm not feeling confident in doing it. 1, for mental health, and 2, because of the like dropping the ball, you know. Not even trying to justify myself not doing this event. I'm just trying to explain my headspace here. But my husband's a deal. Because of all of these issues I was feeling, and the fact that him and I hadn't really talked about the market much, essentially was because it's Black Friday today. Something I've been wanting for a really long time was on a pretty decent sale, actually. And his deal essentially was, because I have all these feelings and I don't feel prepared, I don't have any confidence in this event, anything like that, what if I don't go and instead my husband buys me a KitchenAid stand mixer, which is arriving on Tuesday. Not that I'm not grateful for the opportunity to have this, to go to this event, essentially. It's just that genuinely I don't have the mental bandwidth to do it. Like, I just don't. And I think my husband could kind of like see that a bit, because he's usually pretty good at like clocking how I'm feeling and stuff before I am. And so I'm pretty sure that's why he offered it. Plus, him and I we do Christmas a little bit weird. We either do Christmas a month in advance like we are now, where we're doing it Black Friday weekend, or we do Christmas like 3 days before Christmas actually occurs because I'm super impatient and love to see his reactions for gifts. So I don't think we've ever actually opened gifts on Christmas Day, if I remember correctly. It's kind of our thing at this point. We've been together for 6 years. It's our thing. But yeah, so I am paying for him to have a little shopping trip at one of our favorite game stores tomorrow. Gibby's gonna go to daycare. And my KitchenAid comes on Tuesday, which I'm so excited for. Let me know if you guys want to see some baking content. I might just throw it in anyway. But yeah, so the November market didn't occur because I just, like I said, I did not have the mental bandwidth to handle it, or handle, let's say the day played out the exact same as the last event. I don't have the mental energy for it right now. And that's really a lot on my brain. And I don't want to be in a position where I don't feel emotionally, mentally, and physically prepared. I don't want to be in a position where my husband doesn't also feel mentally, emotionally prepared. And I don't want Gibby to be in a stressful, uncomfortable environment for my gain or something like that. So I am sorry if I let any of you down by not doing this market and not giving you a proper update on it. But I hope that me being upfront and forward with kind of what I've been dealing with and where I am at with a lot of this stuff will maybe motivate you to do something, even if it's just to crochet or knit a little bit more today. But I will see you guys next time. Subscribe. Bye.